Hi, everyone. Again, thank you so much for joining us for the first book lunch of 2015. This is January. I'm Ally Machate. I'm your host. And if you don't know me, I'll just tell you a little bit about us. I'm an editor, writer, and publishing consultant with the Writers Ally. We've recently rebranded from Ambitious Enterprises, and the Writers Ally is our brand new moniker. And the Writers Ally is a team of publishing professionals who are dedicated to helping to bring more high-quality books to the world's readers, including us. We love to read. Many of us are writers. Some of us, like our guest today, Harrison Demchick, is a published author. And we really just want to be here to give you an opportunity to ask questions, any questions that you have about writing or about publishing, self-publishing, traditional publishing, whatever, because we know that sometimes you just have a quick question and you need to be able to ask it of somebody that you can trust, get a straight answer, get some resources, and that's why we do this. It's completely free. You do have to register if you're watching this quick snippet on YouTube. I hope you'll click on the link in the bio to register for the book lunch list. That will give you access to the full recording of this episode and our archive of all previous recordings, as well as the login information for next month, which we send only to our book lunch community list. So thank you again for joining us, and please welcome our special guest this month, Harrison Demchick.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Harrison is a developmental editor. He's our fiction and memoir specialist at the Writers Ally. But I have asked him to join us here today to talk a little bit about some of his other wonderful experiences as a published author of a horror dystopian novel called The Listeners, which he'll tell us a little bit about in a minute, and also as his previous incarnation as a staff editor at Maryland indie publisher Bancroft Press, which has been in operation, I think at this point, close to 30 years. So it's a really good example of what small independent publishing can look like, and Harrison's going to tell us a little bit more about that. So thanks so much for joining us, Harrison. If you could talk a little bit about what it is about those particular types of books that really excites you and challenges you, and why that's your specialty. Yeah, research is always really important. But you know, I want to return to your story about the review in the Washington Post, because though you may say you're not good at it, I think that does speak to certainly some knowledge and experience. When you say that you fought for 10 months, what does that mean? What did that look like? And how can our listeners maybe try to reproduce a similar effort if they have a book out, if they decide to self-publish? You know, getting reviews, especially in traditional channels, can be incredibly difficult, and a lot of traditional channels won't even talk to people who self-publish. But right. I think the same rules or advice can apply even if you're looking at non-traditional avenues or smaller venues, like, let's say, book bloggers, which is another thing I know you have a lot of experience with. Talk a little about that. Actually, I'm going to start with Fran's question. She sent in a question, and she said, if you can't afford to contract with a publicist, you know, what are your options? She says, could you review the use of internet marketing resources such as blogging? And if you would please define that term for internet novices, things like Facebook, LinkedIn, Goodread, publicizing your website, etc. So I guess that I would nutshell that question as, if you are doing marketing DIY, you know, what are some of the best uses of internet marketing?